Good, good, good. All right. All right. Today we are diving into another great session for what we have called climate change. We've called climate change. We're understanding that when we speak of climate, we're talking about not just the weather, but we are dealing with attitudes, we're dealing with perspectives, the way we think, the way we view things, the way we interpret life. We are changing that scenery in our lives. And so this morning, I want to, or this afternoon actually, I want to dive into um, dealing with empowerment, enrichment, and education. Again, empowerment, enrichment, and education. Okay. In other words, taking the responsibility to empower myself, taking the responsibility to enrich myself and understanding, and taking the responsibility to educate myself. Okay. Now, all of this will really um, jump and dive into uh, greatness for you and explode in your life if you start because there's a way to go back and listen to this over again. I put it on my Facebook page and it's on YouTube and different things of that nature so that you're able to go and listen to this again, because you're not just going to get it in this 45 minutes to an hour that we may be on the line. Okay, so the opportunities are available for you to go back and listen to it on your telephones or mobile devices, or watch it again on YouTube when it is made available. And so we want you to go back and watch it, listen to it, regurgitate this information. Okay, you're not just going to get it one by listening to it one time. Okay, we want you to go regurgitate this information. It's going to be a blessing to your life. So we're talking about today. It is my responsibility to empower myself, to enrich myself, and to educate myself. Okay, this is a form of education. The climate change calls. These are forms of education. Okay, today I want to discuss what is known as the universal law of belief. The universal law of belief. Okay, this law states that we do not believe what we see. We rather see what we have already decided to believe. Okay, we do not believe what we see. We rather see what we have already decided to believe. See, so a lot of times we say, "Well, I believe it when I see it." No, you're going to see what you believe. So if you're always thinking that someone is lying, for example, it's going to be difficult for you to see the truth straight out in a particular situation, because you're going to always be looking for the lie, because you're always believing that somebody is lying. You're always believing that somebody is trying to get over. So then you're not looking for the good in a particular situation. You're always finding the bad in a particular situation, because you already start off with the belief that bad is already there to present itself. That's the universal law of belief. It states that we do not believe what we see, but we see what we have already decided to believe. That's powerful, okay, when it comes to living our lives. That's powerful when it comes to our day-to-day interactions with other people, our interpersonal relationships. Okay, this universal law, the universal law of belief, is the foundational law of life, to the extent that without wholeheartedly believing that something can become a part of your reality, then consequently it always remains outside of your reach. In other words, your goals and your dreams and your aspirations will always be a goal, a dream, or an aspiration if you don't follow this universal law of belief. Okay, it's going to make sense here. No matter how desperately you may want it, without operating in this universal law of belief. That is why it is so good that many of you are taking the opportunity to be on the call. Many of you are taking the opportunity to watch by way of video. And this has been going, these videos have been going literally all over the world. I've been getting the reports back and seeing the analytics of people who are watching in Bangladesh and in some of these countries I can't even pronounce, you know, Brazil and different places of that nature. This is absolutely amazing. Okay, so no matter how desperately you want it, you're gonna have to follow this law of universal belief, the universal law of belief. Okay, no matter how desperately you want it, you're gonna have to wholeheartedly believe that that goal, that dream, that aspiration, what it is that you want to do with your life can actually become a part of your reality. Not just wanting to be rich. Can you feel yourself rich right now? Financially rich. Not making up another definition for rich. You know, well, I'm rich in the spirit. Come on. No. We're talking about rich in money. It's about rich in money. Rich going to the bank and being able to withdraw money from an account. Okay, not being rich in spirit doesn't buy groceries. Being rich in spirit doesn't pay bills. Okay, being rich in spirit just keeps you at peace when you can't buy groceries. Being rich in spirit just keeps you at peace and calm when you can't pay the bills. Okay, so we're not trying to come up with other definitions of it. We're being financially stable actually remains out of our reach. Okay, unfortunately, life doesn't give us what we want. Remember, we talked about in our first session when we first started these climate change calls, talking about, you know, when people say, well, just accept what life brings, and that's not true. Life is a culmination of decisions. Okay, so the decisions that you spend the majority of your time around are decisions made by people who are close to you, cousins, uncles, mom, dad, sisters, brothers. Okay, people who are close around you, they are also making decisions. So then their decisions, along with your decisions, your children, your spouses, these decisions of other people formulate a life. Okay, my child decides to continue to go to school, get good grades, graduate. In one of these days, there's a graduation coming up. Okay, we already know around May and June time frame, we're going to be starting to go to graduations. Okay, and so if children that have graduated from colleges, nieces and nephews that's graduated from high school and college and get degrees, okay, we already know what this season provides for us. And so in by way of those decisions that are made, that now has determined our lifestyle. So then what happens with your life when you are hanging around and consistently being around people who have not decided to empower themselves or to enrich themselves or to educate themselves? What happens at that moment now? Then you begin to live a life that's full of the experiences or consequences, good or bad, of the decisions of those who are closest to you make. So unfortunately, life doesn't give us what we want, but it gives us what we intend with feeling. Whether that intention lies at a conscious or unconscious level of awareness, what you intend with feeling, what you embrace to do with feeling. See? So do you still embrace cussing people out? Then that's why you always find yourself cussing people out. Because that intention is there with feeling. The moment someone pushes you, you're going to let them have it. That intention is there with feeling. And so then you may fight saying, well, I don't want to do this. I don't know why I keep doing this. Because the intention is there with feeling. So today's discussion will focus on the immutable universal law belief. And we'll try to represent it in such a way that it will enable you to take advantage of its principles and use them to improve the quality of your life. All right, so here we are. We're going to begin our discussion by describing the universal law of belief. and identify the intricacies of how our beliefs influence and determines the course of our life's destiny. This is powerful. This is powerful. This has nothing to do, because this is I'm talking to people who are spiritually conscious, love God, pursuing life, understands the grace, mercy, love, peace, joy of God. However, we still want to empower people around us, do business and transactions and finances, be wealthy so that we can feed the hungry, clothe the naked, different things of that nature. So spiritually conscious social entrepreneurs. I love that. Spiritually conscious social entrepreneurs. We're not just trying to make a bottom line. Okay. We want to put our profit, Profit. We want to put our profit to work. Okay. So these are the people that I'm talking to. This is deeper than having faith in God. This is deeper than having, believing in, well, I believe in Jesus, or whatever, prophet, Muhammad, whatever you choose to believe. This goes deeper than that belief. Goes deeper than that. Okay? The universal law of belief goes further than your church. Okay? It goes further than your spiritual center. It goes you understand? It goes further than the traditions that you've trained yourself to believe in. It goes further than that. Okay? I want to delve into the world of self-limited beliefs and the paralyzing impact and influence they can have over our lives. Okay. In addition to this, we're going to break down some simple mindset altering strategies that will enable you to take control of the beliefs that are directing your daily decisions and actions. Remember, when we say accept what life gives us, remember, your life is the sum total of the people who are closest to you and the decisions that they are making. So then, we have to have something that enables us to take control of our belief systems, because it's our belief systems that's going to direct our decisions and our actions. Okay? So in doing this, we want to use this principle, this universal law principle of belief, use it to improve the circumstances in our lives. So for those of you that's taking notes, there's many of you on the line here, and maybe you're watching by way of YouTube, and that's absolutely amazing. I want you to write this down, tweet it, Facebook it. I'm changing what I believe about myself. I'm changing what I believe about myself. Okay? Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. I'm going to say it again. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. The greater the intensity of your belief, the emotion you combine with it, the greater the impact it has on your behavior. The greater the intensity of your belief, the emotion you combine with that intense belief, the greater the impact it has on your behavior and on everything that happens to you. So I have to change what I believe, because what I believe with feeling will become my reality. Now, if you check out your reality right now, okay, and I know it's going to be a hard pill to swallow, what you are currently living is a product of what you believe with feeling. I want you to take a minute and chew on that. What your life experience currently is a product of what you believe with feeling. So now, if you believe that you are destined for greatness and success, and you hold to this belief no matter what happens, then there is nothing in the world that can stop you from becoming that great success. I have to change what I believe about myself. So now, write this down. I am successful. I am successful. Now here's your homework. Because you wrote, you are successful. Now, outside of every belief, outside of what people have told you, your homework is to go write down under that statement where you wrote, I am successful. Write down what successful looks like to you. Write down what you believe success really is. Not what somebody told you success is, not what somebody told you success looked like. Write down what success feels like to you. What success looks like to you. What kind of clothes will you wear when you're successful? All of this matters. I know people like to, well, it ain't about the name brand. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Not true. Not true. It's not about this. It's not about that. They make Coach purses for a reason. Watch this. And the people who buy the knockoffs for a reason. There is a purpose behind the knockoffs. And the reason is they really want the real deal, but they can't afford the real deal. So do not permit anybody to tell you that it's not about that. It is about that. It is about that. It is about that. Because the greater success I am, the better quality I want. My goodness. You don't become a millionaire and remain in the shotgun house. See? The greater the success, the greater the quality of life. So if my quality of life is not changing, it is possible that the success level that I am portraying is not there. It's not true. It's not real. Well, how can you say that? Because whatever you truly believe about yourself is going to express itself through all of your actions, and it will eventually become your reality. I'll say that again. Whatever you truly believe about yourself is going to express itself through all of your actions and will eventually become your reality. Everybody has a verbal or non-verbal communication. Every living, breathing human being has verbal, non-verbal communication. As a personal growth strategist, a serial entrepreneur, and yes, a millionaire, I share, and that's not faith talk, that's real talk. I share that I don't pay attention to verbal communication. Verbal communication can be planned, it can be learned. Non-verbal communication is really who you are. Non-verbal communication. Whatever you truly believe about yourself is going to express itself through all of your actions, your actions, your actions. and will eventually become your reality. The biggest responsibility you have to yourself is to change your beliefs on the inside so that they are consistent with who you really believe you are. And then it will manifest itself outside. Again, I told you, this goes past, I believe in God. This goes past, I believe in Jesus. I go to church every Sunday. I sing in the choir. This goes past all of that. Because you can do all of these things and be the chief usher at your church and not believe in yourself, and your actions will still reveal who you really are. The biggest responsibility you have to yourself is to change your beliefs on the inside so that they are consistent with who you really believe you are. One of the things I went and did was I went and gave away, and matter of fact, when I on first level, I threw away all of the knockoff stuff I had. I'm talking about cubic zirconium rings. I threw all of it away. And I stopped purchasing that kind of stuff because to me that was lying. So all that I could bring into my reality was the lie that I prescribed. I never pursued the real diamond because I had become accustomed to wearing the fake one. So I threw all that stuff away. Threw it all away. Rings that turned my finger green. I threw it all away. All away. When herringbone necklaces were big and all that kind of stuff, I threw all that stuff away. Wasn't real. Wasn't real. To where now, I wear custom diamond rings now. Beautiful. I have one ring. I don't like taking off that bad boy. It's absolutely amazing. It's a $7,000 ring. Custom made. Okay, that's something you gotta go get insurance on. See? But that came from throwing away the cubic zirconium. See? There's no knockoff Mercedes. There's no knockoff Bentley. No knockoff Rolls Royce. Okay? Not talking about Chrysler 300. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about having the real deal. Whatever you truly believe about yourself is going to express itself through all of your actions and will eventually become your reality. Not trying to express myself through somebody else's life. The sport athletes, the movie stars, people that I admire. I'm not trying to express myself through their life. I'm not vicariously living through the life of someone else. Your mother's home is not your home. You come on in my house. That's not your house. That's why you can't bring the reality you need for your own into your physical reality. You can't bring that manifestation into your physical reality because you're still connected to the lie that's yours. That's not yours. I like it. I love it when I was listening to Will Smith, and Will Smith was saying that his children would grow up saying, we can do this and we can do this because we're rich. We can do this and we can do that because we're rich. And Will Smith said he told his children, no, you can't because you're not rich. Your father and your mother is rich, but you're not rich. See, there was a separation there. There was a responsibility that he was placing on them that now, as our children, you have the responsibility to Empower, enrich, and educate yourself. And now you look at them. They have their own music, their own movies, they have their own, because of the separation from the lie, so that they can experience the truth. The biggest responsibility you have to yourself is to change your beliefs on the inside so that they are consistent with who you really believe you are and manifest itself outside. My God, this is powerful. Your actions will display what you really believe. You express your true values, your true qualities, your true beliefs in your actions. You always act on the outside, consistent to who you really are and what you believe on the inside. You always act. You always act on the outside, consistent to who you really are and what you really believe on the inside. My goodness. In other words, this is how I respond to different things of that nature. I like to give people time. Before I go into business deals and all that kind of stuff, I want to give you time. Because you can only fake for so long. You can only fake for so long. So at some point, who you really are and what you really believe is going to reveal itself. And normally it doesn't go past 90 days. It surely doesn't pass 180 days. 6 months, it surely doesn't pass that. You always act on the outside, consistent to who you really are and what you really believe you are on the inside. One of the best ways to determine your true beliefs is to think about your behavior when you're angry, when you're upset, and when you're under pressure of any kind. Think about your actions. Think about your behavior when you are angry, upset, or under pressure. That's who you really are. That's who you really are. Wow. That's a hard pill to swallow. But this is what's going to help us shift. This is what's going to help change the climate of our lives. So now that I sit back and I analyze my behavior, now I need to start educating myself with new information. So here's another law. It's called the law of reversibility. This is the law that's needed to change what you see outside by changing what you see inside. Running from what is inside doesn't change anything. I cannot run from what's inside. I cannot run from who I see in the mirror. I cannot run from my experiences. I cannot run from what my life has revealed I am. What my life has revealed I am. I cannot run from that. The law of reversibility says, force yourself to act like the values, beliefs, and qualities you desire. Force yourself to begin to act like the values, act them out. The values, beliefs, and qualities that you desire to have, act them out. Begin to live it. To develop integrity, because no one has to tell you you're a liar. You know if you lie a lot. So then to develop integrity, I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy that lied. Oh my God, I could lie. I could tell you I didn't eat that cookie knowing, and with the cookie crumbs on my mouth. I promise I ain't eat that cookie with the cookie crumbs on my mouth. So then to develop integrity, what I had to do, it was the law of reversibility. I had to speak and act with complete and courageous honesty, meaning no matter who I was talking to, no matter what I was talking about, I forced myself to tell the truth. Now, did it always work out in my favor all the time? Absolutely not. But now, am I known to be a person of integrity? Absolutely so. So there are times where, sometimes it's funny where the people who surround me the most, like say my team, who work with me every day, sometimes we laugh because they'll come out with a new idea or something, and they know they want to run it by me to get some real information. They're going to get some honest truth regarding what it is, the idea or whatever. But they hesitate sometimes because they know it's going to be honest truth. And so, I may tell them, no, man, that don't look good at all. Go back to the drawing board, redo it. And they say, well, you don't care about people's feelings. I do care about people's feelings, but I also care about the truth. Because it's the truth that's going to set you free, not your feelings. The way you feel is what has consistently brought the results you really don't want. So then, I have to force myself to hear the truth so that my values, beliefs, and qualities can change so that my life can change. So I end this today saying you are responsible to empower, to enrich, and to educate yourself so you can grow. I'll say that again. You are responsible to empower, enrich, and educate yourself so you can grow. Well, hey, God bless you. Today's been a great day, great time of sharing with you. Thank you so much. Many of you have taken off your lunch to be on this call. Some were on, got kicked off, and different things. I don't know what's going on with that, but again, there's going to be a replay. You can go back and listen to it on your mobile devices, or go back and watch the video on your desktop computer or your mobile devices. Listen to it over and over and over again so you begin to work the principles and get these laws down on the inside of you, so that you can be also responsible for empowering, enriching, and educating someone else. All right? Hey, love you so much. Go and shine. Bye for now. You light you.